Hey YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, you already know what to do. Comment down below if you missed this pretty face of mine. And
she got hips, I got a good for a lot of ass, don't need to have more on this.
And if you don't know about the title, I will be doing a labor and delivery story time. Yep, your girl not pregnant no more. Belly update. Your girl's not pregnant no more. I got a little belly. Nothing much, just a little. It's not even shaped like that. This is the far it goes. Just a little belly to lose. We're gonna get that going though. We're gonna get that going. Your girl have one. Let me fix you guys. Okay, I decided to make this video because I haven't made a YouTube in a minute. Because during pregnancy, I was not feeling doing anything. I was lazy. All I wanted to do, I was at work, so I worked in the mornings, and I came home and slept and ate, and then worked the next day. I didn't do nothing during my pregnancy, but gathered a bunch of stuff for him, and yeah. So I can't quite tell if y'all can't see me, so I'm gonna bring y'all up just a little bit. Let's see. Okay. All right. I'm gonna stand for this video because I didn't want to sit and have the light shining because he's over there sleeping. Before I get started, he will not be shown in this YouTube. If you want to see him, y'all can go to my Instagram and follow me on Instagram, or y'all can go to my TikTok and follow me on TikTok. Even though I didn't want to post them on TikTok or only Instagram, but it was like in the moment, I don't want to put them on my YouTube. Not yet. Not on my YouTube, not yet. So if you want to see what he looked like, y'all can go to my Instagram. All right, let's get started. It was Friday, May 28th. It was May 28th. I have pictures that it's gonna be up. I'm gonna post them up here. But it was Friday, May 28th, and I went. It was around 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and I went to my OB doctor. Listen, I wasn't feeling no contractions. I wasn't feeling no pain. I had only Braxton Hicks. That was it. I wasn't feeling really nothing. So, I went to my regular OB doctor for a checkup like I always did my whole pregnancy, whatever. So I'm just thinking like, okay, she just ready to check my stomach, see how big it is, check the baby heartbeat, ask if I have any questions, let me know what's going on in this stage. I was 38 weeks. Okay, yeah, I was 38 weeks. So she was like, so I went there, they checked my blood pressure and all that, whatever. They came back and told me, she came back and was like, that's it, you need to have a baby. And I was like, I know I need to have him. Like, I can't wait. I had 2 more weeks left. Because mind you, I was 38 weeks. And she was like, no, you need to have the baby now. Like, we're going to induce you. So I'm like, induced? Like, I didn't have nothing for me. I had his bag in the car and his car seat in the car. But I didn't have nothing for me. I didn't pack a bag for me. Because mind you, I'm thinking, I don't feel no pain. So I'm thinking I'm going to go my whole 40 weeks. So I said, I'm going to go home and pack me a bag just in case. But I know. She was like, we're going to send you to labor and delivery now, today. Remind you, it's May 28th. So, moving forward, I was out of my mind shaking. I was scared. I was about to cry. I was like, no, I don't want to get induced. I want to have him naturally. I want to experience my water break in, and I want to do all that. You know, I want to experience the whole thing. So, just give me 1 second. Okay, so I had to make sure he was, breathing. But, so she was like, we're going to see you labor and delivery, your blood pressure. It was my blood pressure. That's why I had to get induced. My blood pressure. My blood pressure was high twice. So it was that appointment and another appointment where my blood pressure was high twice. And it was like for my safety and for the baby's health, she wanted to induce me, so for my health and for the baby's health, so nothing would go wrong, so my blood pressure won't go up. So keep going up, and something happens, and then yeah. So first person I called was my baby dad. I called my baby father. Was like, baby dad. Like, I was like, baby, like, he wasn't answering for a minute. So I had called him twice. I was like, baby dad, I'm going into labor and delivery like now. Like, I need you to get down here now. He was like, what? Really? I said, yeah, now. I'm like going into labor. Like, they're inducing my labor. He was like, why? I said, because my blood pressure was too high. He was like, I'm on my way. I said, okay. So the next person I called was my father, because I was allowed to have 2 visitors inside the delivery room with me, and I chose my baby dad and my father. So my father was like, he was at work, and I called him like, Dad, I'm going into labor and delivery. They're inducing my labor. He was like, what? He was like, oh man. So he ran, talked to his boss. His boss said, you can go ahead and go. He was like, I'm on my way. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna shower, and I'm on my way. So fast forward to me cleaning myself up from the OB doctor. I'm walking to labor and delivery. Like, literally, I'm like shivering, walking to labor and delivery. And I got up there. My nerves was like, but my blood pressure was high. So my heart was like, so moving forward, they signed me up. I filled some papers out. They put me in the room, told me to get undressed, put this on. So I was in the bathroom shaking. I'm mad I didn't record the room I was in, the labor and delivery room I was in. That bathroom tub was big as hell. Like, it was like a jacuzzi. Like, I was like, I love this. So, I had him at Mercy Hospital, like, from Baltimore. Like, if you're not from Baltimore, Mercy Hospital is a Baltimore hospital. So, moving forward, I got changed, came back. The nurse kept coming in and asking me, like, how you feeling and stuff like that. And I kept telling everybody, I'm nervous, or whatever. So fast forward. I hooked up to the IV. And I forgot what time it was by the time I got into labor delivery. I forgot, like, I wasn't paying attention to the time. I was paying attention to, like, my son is ready to be here one day this weekend. It was still Friday, and it was getting later in the day. But mind you, my appointment was at 12 o'clock for my OB doctor. So all this is going on. So it might have been around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whatever. So I got hooked up to IV, whatever. And they said the medicine, so my father had came first. My father had showed up first because my baby dad was trying to find a parking spot. He wasn't on that side of town. So he was still on the way. So my father came in and was like, you ready? And I'm like, yeah, but no. But I spoke on it though, because 2 days before Friday, Wednesday, I was in Philadelphia, Kalahari, African resort. Like I was saying, when I get back home, he can come. And I came back on Thursday. So anyway, back to the story. So he hit me up. He asked me if I was ready. I hate IV, so he put the IV in me, and my blood pressure was high. And it was like, the medicine they give me is gonna knock me out. It's gonna put me to sleep. You're gonna feel really drowsy. So I had to get the catheter, and that is where you basically bed rest. Basically, no, I'm passing some points because it's not really nothing much to tell. But yeah, basically I had to get the catheter because it made me drowsy, and I woke up and I had the IV, so I couldn't walk and use the bathroom on my own. None of that. The catheter, what it do is it sucks the bladder out of you. So if you have to pee, you would never feel like you have to pee because it already sucks. Like when you gotta pee, it can tell that you gotta pee, and it sucks the bladder out. It's an uncomfortable feeling, like especially when they gotta dump it, keep dumping it. It stings, like, oh my goodness. Remind you. So anyway, I woke back up from my little sleep because I was drowsy, like tired. So I went to sleep, and I woke back up from it. And then my baby father came and was just talking, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward. Doctors came in. They was asking me how I was feeling. I was getting headaches, checking my blood pressure like every freaking 15 minutes. Checking my blood pressure because it kept rising. Like my blood pressure, the whole time in my hospital, my blood pressure kept rising. It would like go up, and then it would like come back down a little bit, like a number, then go back up. So it was giving me medicine, trying to get that under control. So fast forward to when, fast forward to when the doctors came in, they checked my cervix, and my cervix, I was 1 centimeter dilated for at least an hour or two, like an hour or two. It's still Friday, so it was getting really late though. I forgot the times. I should have recorded the times, but I should have recorded the times, but I didn't record the times. I was just recording the moment. So, they came and checked my cervix. It was 1 centimeter dilated for like a couple hours, and then they gave me this little pill to put down there, and it'll soften your cervix to help you dilate more, because I wasn't dilating. But mind you, he wasn't even ready to come. Like, I had to get induced. So I was 1 centimeter dilated, and for some hours they put the pill in me, and then I went to sleep. Everybody went to sleep. Fall went to sleep. We went to sleep. I'm not gonna hit on every point because I don't want this to be a long video, but it's gonna be a long video, so I hope you stay to the end. But fast forward, they came back in. It was like midnight. Like, it was probably like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, around that time. So, and this is Saturday, May 29th. So they came back and checked my cervix. I was 6 centimeters dilated, and I was having contractions, but they was light contractions. They wasn't like really heavy yet, but it was light contractions where I can deal with it. So I didn't get the epidural yet. I was gonna go natural. Do it naturally, because I'm like, oh, these contractions don't hurt. So I'm like breathing through it, eating my little ice cream they gave me, because they gave me ice cream and ice and all that. Eating my ice cream or whatever. And so I'm talking to my baby dad and my father, like, these contractions don't hurt. People made it seem like it was the most. Like, I'm about to go natural, and I'm about to go natural. But let me tell you something. When those freaking contractions hit up, oh my goodness, let me tell you. So after they left me alone, and they broke my water. They're like, we're gonna break your water because you're dilating. I was dilating, but I was dilating really, really slow. And it was like, you could be here for 4 or 5 days, depending on how you dilate. So they broke my water, and when they broke my water, when I said them contractions was like, bang, bang, it was hitting me. I was like, no. I was gonna be about to cry. My baby father and my father was like, you okay? I said, no, I am about to cry. These contractions is no joke. I need epidural now. Like, I need that now. So the doctor came back in, and gave me the epidural, but I was having contractions while she doing it. And the epidural, you cannot move. And they put it in your back, in your spine. You cannot move. If you move, there's a possible chance you get paralyzed from the waist down, and I did not want to get paralyzed. So she was like, let me know when a contraction come. There was a doctor in front of me, and the doctor behind me was doing it. I didn't feel that epidural going in. They numbed it, so I was just like, I let contraction rate come, and the whole process like that. Moving forward, after I got the epidural, I didn't feel nothing. At all. I still had the catheter in me, so I had to sit up with it in me. Like, you can tell you have it in you, but you don't really feel it. But you can tell, because if you move around, whatever, you can tell. But anyway, after put that epidural in it, fast forward, I didn't feel anything. They came back, and it was around probably 8 something, 9 something. It was like 9 something in the morning, and I was 9 centimeters dilated. I had 1 centimeter left to go. 1 centimeter left to go for my water. Well, they already broke my water, but for it to break on its own or whatever. So they came back and was like, and remind you, I'm chilling. I don't feel the contractions. How you feeling? They check my cervix. It feel uncomfortable. Getting your cervix checks feels so uncomfortable. So let me see. So fast forward, doctors leave, one nurse stay, and that's when I started feeling pressure in my butt. Like, I started feeling pressure in my butt, and then it went to my front, so I was feeling pressure in my front and my butt. So I was like, just breathe, telling me I'm doing okay, and I'm breathing, even though I can't feel the contractions, but I feel hella pressure. So I'm like, in my head, like, I'm about to push. If y'all not ready, I'm gonna push. I feel pressure. I feel like I gotta poop. I got to get this out of me, him out of me. Like, y'all wanted it. So I'm like, I gotta push. That nurse is like, she's talking about she got to push, she got to come back in here, boom, boom, boom. So nurses came in, doctor came in, and popped my leg up. I'm like sitting there, but like, and mind you, I don't feel no pain. I just feel mad pressure. So my baby father jumped up, my father jumped up. They was ready to go to sleep, but they jumped up, and it was time to push. It was time. They was like, push with your butt and stuff and all that. I couldn't feel the contraction, so they had to tell me when to push because I couldn't feel the contraction. So yeah, so I did like probably 5 pushes, and his head was coming out. My baby father was like, he got hair, his head is coming out, I can see his head. So when he said that, I was like, I'm pushing and pushing. They counted to 10 really slow, so I was doing a good job. I did poop a little. I didn't feel it. Nobody told me. Doctors just wiped it off. And I teared. Just a little, like a very, 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 very small tear. And so I had to get stitches, of course. And right now, I am 1 week and 2 days postpartum, and he is 1 week and 2 days old. My postpartum won't be over until after my birthday. And he'll be a month, 5 days after my birthday. I do my dance, but I'm doing perfectly fine. Like, I'm not in pain. The beginning when I came home, it was like didn't register that I had a child. Like I kept saying, Auntie got you, not realizing I'm not his aunt. I'm his mom, not his aunt. So I'm like, that's like, I'm just like getting the hang of it. My first night was good. My second night, like my nights is okay. I'm still getting the hang of it. Only I keep looking over there because when you're a mom, a first-time mom, you're very alert. You're very, very alert. Like and he's sleeping and I'm asleep, whatever, any little noise he make, he can just be yawning. I jump up like it's the end of the world. He can just be listening. I jump to the little slightest sound, and I keep checking to make sure he's breathing. But yeah, my labor and delivery wasn't as bad. It wasn't bad as I thought it was. Oh my goodness, though, when he came out, it felt so good. It felt so good. Like it just felt relief. I didn't even feel my water break. Like I didn't feel none of that. I didn't, like when they broke my water, when they broke my water, I didn't feel it. So I was just numbed, like from the waist down. Like I was just sitting there on the bed, whatever. But when he came out and they wiped him off and threw him on me, he is so small. He's a preemie. Like he was 5'6" in my stomach. He came out, he lost an ounce. He was 5'5", and then the past doctor visit we had, he was 5'8", so he gained 2 ounces, not pounds. He gained 2 ounces. So hopefully when we go back to our appointment, he gained a pound or whatever. But I didn't have no preemie stuff. I had newborns. I had 0 to 3 months. And newborns and up. Like I didn't have no preemie. All his newborns, all the 0 to 3 months he was swimming in it. But anyway, after I delivered the placenta, because we had to push the placenta out. And remind you, I have the baby on. I have him on me, and it was stinging, and it was like push, and I'm like, it stings. I'm like, oh my goodness, it stings. But I couldn't like move my hand when he was gonna fall. So I'm like, and it just was out. But it stung. It stung so freaking bad. I was like, oh heck no. Wait, time out. He might ready to cry. Ooh. Pause. Babe. Okay, we good. So yeah, it stunk so bad, but when he was out, it felt so good, like so good. I was so happy, like not to be pregnant anymore, and I have to get my stomach back and my body back. What? I'm so ready to do some workouts, But that was my experience. My experience with the hospital, it was in labor delivery. That area was the best. Like that staff, that crew that was working with me was a good crew. It was one lady that I didn't like, and that was the one who was doing the birth certificate. Like we had a little altercation, me and her, me and my baby father not got into it with her, but my baby father got into it with her, and like I under like my father, we was like, she did poor service as being certificate. Like she wasn't on her game, she wasn't doing what she was supposed to be doing, and had the nerve to get smart with us. But everything is fine. He's a healthy baby boy, 5'8". He's 5 pounds and 8 ounces. I will go pick him up and show you guys, but I'm not going to. If you, like I said, if you want to see what he looked like, go to my Instagram or go to my TikTok. You will see what he looks like. But Mercy and the whole experience was okay. Like when I got into the postpartum unit, the mother and baby unit, whatever y'all want to call it, like doctors call it postpartum, some people call it mother and whatever. Those staff members, other than one, that crew sucked. I didn't like it. Like I would never. Like I'm mad that like I even chose Mercy to have. Like I didn't know, but the crew sucked. I would never have if I ever have another child, I would never have another child at Mercy. Like I don't. No, that crew sucked. But other than that, he was a couple. You know, he was very small. But anyway. That's my story of my labor and delivery, my opinions and my experience on Mercy. If you went to Mercy and you had a better experience, let me know that below. Let me know your experience. Comment down below how your experience been and stuff like that. But go follow my social medias. They'll be in the description down below. Go follow, like, comment, and subscribe to my video. I will be doing more videos. I will try to. Like, only reason why I'm doing this because I'm up and active. I'm not tired. I'm actually about to lay my ass down while he is sleeping because once he, but yeah, that is my experience on my labor and delivery. This video was long and all over the place. Like I should have had it in order, and I should have like planned this video out before I did it. But I wanted to give it to you guys raw and what I remember. And what I remember of it, and nobody told me that after birth and stuff, using a bathroom will be a hassle. It would be a lot to do to keep it clean because you have to keep it clean down there, especially if you have stitches. Like you can't get in baths until your stitches dissolve. It stings when you pee. Like not sting, but it's like. You have to do a lot to keep it clean, the stitches and stuff clean. It's a lot. But anyway, I'm gonna go. And I'm not gonna edit this video. I'm not gonna do it out there. I'm just gonna straight post it. Like, I'm gonna straight post it. And y'all gonna get the real deal. Because I don't feel like editing. Y'all might not get it today. I don't know. Right now it is June. It's not May. It's June 7th. At 4:43. I don't know when this video will be posted, but let's just go. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey meat. I don't know.